around here it's not sand you're hitting, it's really hard rock. So
Last week we explored one of the outer islands in the archipelago. And then we arrived in Grundsund, where Johan went on a road trip. We woke up in the morning to a cold boat, only 13 degrees Celsius. The diesel heater had been fuzzy for a couple of days, and during the night it had stopped completely. We lit the oil lamp and had breakfast with our hats on. We even danced a little to try to get warm.
How many degrees do you think it's outside?
7 maybe.
Okay.
Now I can reach it. Let's see if I can.
There are a lot of things that fit in here. Are you a little monster?
You can see all that soot in there. There's a lot of soot in the chamber. So hopefully by cleaning this up and cleaning the mesh, the net in there, it will work again.
Will you get it right?
I think so. I'm almost done with the cleanup now.
When did we do this last time? I think was it in the autumn? I think it was after summer.
Yeah, it was. And I did a big service on it and I changed.
So it's not that long ago?
No, but we've been running it quite a lot this winter. So there's a buildup of soot and there's not a clean burn. So, and then sometimes it turns itself off because of that. So, but I think I'll fix it now. Okay, let's see if it will work.
Very quiet.
That's strange. Oh, it's very strange because I didn't touch anything. Yeah, I mean I touched electrical stuff, just the glow plug, but that shouldn't prevent it from starting, even if I'll have to take a look at it again. I've been reading up online about this problem, and it looks like it's in what they call a lockout mode. It's what's happened when it has been trying to restart itself too many times. People are really going crazy about these problems in these forums. Here's one guy and he's like, all of this get me thinking of the HAL 9000. Dave, yes Hal, I can't allow you to heat the boat right now.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
It's like, I hate stuff that are computerized in this way, when you can't really, it's just a heater. Yeah, I'm back down here again. I actually got it to start twice, but it only runs for about a minute and then it turns itself off again. And there's a fault code on the panel saying that it's overheating. So I'm thinking that it's from the flame sensor or the overheating sensor. The only problem is it's pretty hard to get to that sensor. I have to remove the whole heater.
It's 3:30 right now, and Johan has been
working now on the heater since 9 this morning. It's such a pity because it's a beautiful day. We had planned to be outdoors the whole day, go for a walk here on the island, film a little bit from the surroundings here in Grundsund, because we haven't had the time to do that yet. But now we're going to leave tomorrow because the couple who we borrowed the slip from, they're coming back tomorrow, so we can still be here in Grundsund. Then we just go out to the guest harbor. But Vera and I, we've been outside. We walked over to the playground. So at least we came out a little bit. But yeah, I feel sorry for Johan, who has spent the whole day down there in the hole.
And some days are worse than others. What a day. It's so often it is like this. You start what you think is a small project, and then it turns out to be a full day of boat work. And if this would have been something else, I would just left it because the weather is so nice today. But we need to have some heating on the boat. A lot of the marinas around here only have 6 amps, and that's not enough to heat the boat still, because at night time it's still around freezing. So I really hope we can get this up and running before darkness tonight. Alright, time to take it apart. So I think I found the problem. It was this gasket. This gasket has been sitting on the other side of this wall here. I have replaced it now. And on this side is the exhaust side. And on the other side, on this side, is the air inlet side. And because this gasket has been cracked, it has been letting exhaust fumes coming into the air intake side and being mixed with the fresh air coming into the firing chamber. So probably the fuel to air ratio has been off, causing the computer to shut everything down, or it could be that the heat in the firing chamber has been higher because of too lean burn or something like that. I don't know. But that's the only cause for problem that I found. So hopefully this will solve the problems.
Unfortunately, it didn't solve the problem, and the heater still didn't fire up as it should.
It's almost 8 o'clock now. Been working the whole day with the heater. I just packed up all the tools and everything. On the positive side, it's not actually cold in here. We have the oil lamp burning, and it actually helps a lot. And the 2 fans are running on half speed. So it's okay. But for now we're dependent on shore power, because otherwise we can't heat the boat. So I'm just going to read a bit more, see if I can find a solution. But then I'll just forget all of this and just enjoy my glass of wine in the evening. This has been a long day.
It's 7 degrees out here. We haven't had any heating on, only 1 fan in the bedroom, and we had the door closed, so the rest of the boat has been non-heated. Or it's cold. Oh, puss Rosa.
Pretty cold morning, but now we're moving out to another marina, and hopefully they have 10 or 16 amps on the dock there. might komma bak. It's pretty good to have 10 amps here, so we can heat the boat properly with 2 heaters. And the wind is going to turn to the west during the day, and tomorrow it's going to pick up. But we're leaving for Skyldeberg tomorrow.
Quite early, right?
Yeah, because in the afternoon tomorrow it's going to be 45 knots from the southwest.
It felt really good to get off the boat and go for a long hike and forget about the heater for a while. We followed the White Mark Trail, heading south.
Remember that cool rock that we moored alongside to last summer? It's out here. So these little islands are called Vasholmarna, and it's super popular and normally just filled with boats. So I guess if you're here like in the summer, you just see masts sticking up. We had plans to go there now these days, but without heating on board it's difficult.
The rounded and smooth rocks are what really stands out in the West Coast archipelago. After our fika, we continued our hike, now heading east.
I think they play hockey here when it's winter, when there's ice. You can see the goals over there. We're heading down to the harbor on this side, on the west side. There's a small restaurant, and we're going to see if we can get a spot there.
Dagens feed, 12 to 16.
Is it open?
Yeah, it's open, but there is, I don't see any people at all, but let's go in and check it out.
Yeah.
The food was delicious, and we got a beautiful evening in the guest harbor. But during the night, the weather changed a lot, and we woke up to gray skies.
An early start. It's almost 7 a.m. The wind has already arrived, so we are quickly heading over to Skyldeberg, where we have a protected harbor. I looked at Windy, the weather program, and this is a really big storm that's coming, and it's gonna fill the whole North Sea. So we won't get the worst here because we're a little bit off to the east, but Norway, Iceland, and it's actually going down all the way to the Netherlands. And it's like wind gusts of 60 to 80 knots for like 2 to 3 days.
We're not going very far Skyldeberg is on the other side of this island or peninsula. So it's about 3 nautical miles going around.
The name Skyldeberg means the fishing stream wedge, which explains the area. The wedge makes it a very sheltered harbor, perfect for waiting out a strong gale.
So I have some news about the heater. I've been calling around a lot today and checking the faulty codes on the panel. And it turns out that the problem is the fan motor in the heater. And replacing that is pretty expensive. All the parts that we would need to get it up and running and service it would be almost the cost of more than half, 50% of buying a new one. Yeah, and then if you go down that path, the problem is that then maybe something else can go wrong, and then you have already spent half the cost of a new heater. So we have decided to buy a new heater and instead taking pieces from the old heater and save those as spares. So even if it will be more expensive now initially, I think it will pay off in the future, because then we will have a stock of some of the spares that we would be needing in the future. I found one place that have it in stock, so we'll be here in a few days. We also have an address that we could send it to here, so a few days away. And the reason that we're sticking with this brand is of course that it will be so much easier to install it. We don't have to change the panel. And also, like I said, we get a lot of spares from the old one. So I think this is the best solution, because yeah, paying almost half the cost of a new one for spares, that's yeah, too much, I think.
Oh well, boat problems are also part of the cruising life. And the good thing is that you always learn something new. We hope you enjoyed the episode and that you check in next week. Thank you so much for watching.